Hi guys, 667 days of war. A brief update from the war zone in Russia and Ukraine. In southern war zone on Kherson front, Russian army has approached the central part of Krinky, but Ukrainians still hold this bridgehead and their supply across the Dnieper river continues despite considerable losses. On Zaporizhia front towards Orikhyov sector, the Ukrainians carried out many counterattacks towards Verbov and Rabotino. However, there were no gains. In Rimivki salient, by and large, no changes. The fight continues in form of positional battle. In north, by and large, there have not been many changes. Towards Kupiansk direction, Ukrainians carried out counterattacks towards Sinkivka, but no gains. Fight continues towards Kislivka. Russian army has made some small gains towards eastern bank of Oskil river. Towards Liman, fight continues near Terny, south of Kreminna, near Dibrova and Serebryansky forest. Coming to east now, where Russian army is on offensive on almost all along the battle line. Coming to Bakhmut front, in northern flank, Russian army has advanced towards Bohdanivka significantly and approaching towards Ivanivsky, that is Krasnoye and Razdolivka direction. They are attempting to reach Ivanivsky Chasoyar highway. In southern flank, Russians have made some small gains towards Klishivka and even towards Andrivka. Heavy fight continues between the two armies. On Avdiivka front, Russian army has made gains towards Okeretino. They have also moved north of Stepoe and forced Ukrainians to retreat towards Berdichi. The tactics of Russians have paid where they wanted to bypass Stepo, and as a result, the northern supply route for Avdiivka for the Ukrainians is being shrunk. They have also made gains towards Novokalinovo and north of Pervomaisky in southern flank. Coming to Marinka, heavy fight is on in the last street occupied by the Ukrainians. Pobeda, there have been no changes. However, towards Novomykhailivka, the Russian army is pressing from three sides and preparing final assaults from the south and north direction for this particular village. Yet there is report that Ukrainians carried out counterattacks and repelled Russian army attack to. There is also report that in this village, Ukrainians repelled Russian army attack which was trying to enter the village, and Ukrainians captured some of the farms in south of Novomykhailivka. Overall, the Russians are on offensive in most of the battle line. However, Ukrainians' tactics to continue their counterattacks, even maybe with their small groups, is paying to them and which is hindering Russians' advance all along north, east and even in the southern war zones. Russians carried out interdiction missions, a series of them in fact, on various targets in Kiev, Zaporizhia, Cherkasy, Poltava. Ukrainians continue shelling Russian regions in Bryansk, Kursk, Belgorod, Kherson, Zaporizhia, Donetsk, and even used missiles to target Crimean Peninsula, where one person was killed and 10 were injured. A brief report from Israeli-Palestinian war zone. In north, IDF has advanced towards Zabalia, with multiple airstrikes. However, no changes in central and southern sectors. IDF is destroying most of the infrastructures in Khan Yunis, Rafah, and other populated areas. On Lebanon border, situation is worsening alarmingly. Hezbollah is launching UAVs and missile attacks, while IDF is shelling populated areas in Lebanon. Tel Aviv was hit from Hamas side with rockets and adjacent areas. Netanyahu in one of the interviews has boasted that he has spent decades thwarting formation of a Palestinian state and he is proud of doing so. He and his advisors said openly that there was absolutely no possibility of a two-state solution and Israel-Palestinian conflict will not end into that. UNO passed resolution with overwhelming 172 in favor and only 4 countries voting against it. It says recognize Palestinian people to self-determination and a comprehensive, just, lasting peace settlement between Palestine and Israel. In the meantime, oil prices have already started going by 2% due Red Sea conflict and likely to hike more, up to 5%. Well, that's all from my side for the day, friends. See you tomorrow. Thank you.